What hobby does not get more expensive the more you dive into it? Collecting buckets. I have 7 buckets. The 4th one is also dark blue. That really depends on how long your bucket list is. What color is the 6th one? Dovahkiin. Chess. Easy to learn, difficult to master. Resources to learn are freely available on the internet, and it is gaining quite a bit of popularity on streaming websites over the last few months. Edit. If someone new or any beginner want to learn chess, I would love to teach. Feel free to DM. Also, if you are really interested, please head over to r/chess. Edit 2. My inbox is inundated with replies, and it makes me really happy that a simple comment made so many people interested in chess. If you need any help, please include your chess.com or lichess.org ID or both. Register if new, so that it will be easier to communicate. Edit 3. Going to bed. Will reply in a few hours. Keep up the chess hype, everyone, and also the cheese hype. Loads of people misreading the first word, lol. Wildcrafting. That's pretty much the entire point. Note: wildcrafting should be practiced mindfully, with sustainability in mind. Take only what you need. Leave enough for the plants and animals to live well and reproduce. Abundance is there, but only if we don't harm it. Well, now I need to know more. Magnet fishing. All you need is a strong magnet and some rope, really, and maybe a few other things like gloves. Might even find something valuable one day if you're exceedingly lucky. Today I learned of a new hobby. Sounds fun. I pulled a gun out of a local river. Explaining magnet fishing to a cop you called on yourself is an interesting conversation. Oh, now that is interesting. Any sub or anything for it? At a lake right now and wondering what I'd need to get to try it out on the lake, haha. Writing. It may even happen that by diving into it you could earn something. Cross-stitch embroidery. It's fairly cheap in general, but once you have a few sets in, you have a wide variety of colors to do your own. Ada. Whoa. Thanks for the silver! Exclamation mark. My first. Oddly enough, lace making. Depending on the style of lace you're doing, the initial cost of tools can be fairly steep or super cheap. Some styles require a needle. Just a needle. But once you've got the equipment, you're only ever required to buy thread and maybe pins or paper. Okay, pattern books. But if you're even a little bit creative, you've got that covered. Source: used to make lace. Over the course of 15 years, I spent maybe $200. Not 200 a year. 200 spread over 15 years. And most of that was because I wanted specialty threads, like hand-spun linen, etc. Smithing. It's always just as expensive, and nothing beats the feeling you get when you finish your first knife and cut something with it. Programming. You already have a computer, tablet, 3DS, etc., and if you need a dedicated device, a Raspberry Pi 4 is less than $100. Most tools are free. Open source tools are free forever. Internet is full of tutorials and examples. YouTube has a lot of courses in any field you like. Programming for fun has a competitive side too. Edit 1. For everyone asking about 3DS. Yes. Smile Basic. Edit 2. A more capable Smile Basic is now available on Switch 2. Edit 3. Gamified coding is a great way to practice and improve programming skills. Coding Game is a great example of that. Stick collecting. No joke. It sounds dumb at first, but once you get a few solid sticks, you'll start to love it. You should see my arsenal. Alright dude, you can't tease us like this. Show us your stick collection. Geocaching. When I was a kid, my family loved to geocache, and eventually we set one up near our house. An office worker wrote us a long ballad about how excited he was to see a new cache and how he rushed out, found and signed it, and made it back in less than an hour just in time for his meeting. It was so sweet and memorable. Geocaching is such a great hobby, less than 3. So easy. All you need is a few small trinkets and a geocaching resource. Playing cards. If you play your cards right, as long as those aren't Magic the Gathering cards, I see your hobby and raise you $10 million. Meditation. Haha, one of the cheapest hobbies. But people manage to spend money on this too. Joining expensive courses, buying aesthetics like expensive candles, mats, etc. Going on meditation retreats in high-end resorts in exotic locations. How is meditation a hobby and not a lifestyle routine? Reading. Having fun isn't hard when you got a library card. I thought of that, but I developed a habit of wanting to buy every book I read. So libraries give me anxiety. Searches through comments to find a new hobby. Edit. Thanks for the Do Nothing award. I'll continue doing nothing. Edit number 2, Platinum. You are way too kind, stranger. Thank you. What did you find the most interesting? I downloaded Blender for 3D modeling myself. I've recently returned to 3D modeling. It's a hobby with a rock-bottom price of entry. You can invest in $10 to $20 at a time. You can start with Blender, a free and powerful program that lets you do everything from modeling and sculpting to texture, painting and animating. Getting the fundamentals down is also free thanks to incredible tutors like Grant Abbott and Andrew Price. After that, the world is your oyster. You can either throw a few bucks towards more in-depth tutorial courses or buy add-ons that enhance your workflow. You don't have to do any of that, though, and can just let your creativity run wild. Edit. I'm pleased to see that this has blown up. If you want to learn more about 3D modeling on a budget, I suggest you download Blender from Steam or their official site. https://www.blender.org/download/. Also, here's an excellent beginner's course to help you get started for free. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals 7m ron squy jgw and t equals 9s. Alternately, you can try the fabled and updated donut tutorial. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals tprnsacitj4 and list equals pljeoinr3zgeq0u2mzvgaahebtxlb6u. Also, be sure to check out the amazing work your fellow Redditors are posting to subs like R.Blender, R.Algorithmic, R.Maya, and R.3ds Max. Edit 2. For the people who are still checking this out, here are some more tidbits to clear up confusion. When I made this post, I was thinking specifically about 3D modeling for its own sake. As a relaxing hobby you do to unwind without thinking ahead. Picture yourself sitting down, creating a kitchen or a spaceship or a zombie dog for fun's sake and feeling good about yourself. That can lead to commissioned work or 3D printing later on. But it absolutely doesn't have to if you don't want it to. Having good hardware helps but isn't a prerequisite. Any computer made in the last 10 years is good enough to run Blender and let you pick up the fundamentals. Whether you want to upgrade after that is up to you. But you shouldn't need to unless you've gone way down the rabbit hole. Being artsy helps but isn't a necessity either. Anyone can get into 3D with time and patience. I started a podcast as a hobby with 2 friends that moved to different countries in 2018 and we are still going strong. We talk about different topics every couple of weeks and it's very fun. The only expense we have is the host website, but we only pay because we have uploaded many episodes and needed more cloud space, but it's still very cheap in comparison to other hobbies. If you need to save money, could you not upload to Spotify, YouTube or something similar that lets you do it for free? Writing. All you need is a Word document in your brain. Unless you're like me, who prefers IRL writing and now has a dragon's hoard of journals to write in. I hoard a bunch of empty notebooks. I'm so scared to write in those pretty empty pages and mess up. Weightlifting. Average person would even save a ton of money by fixing their diet as a side effect. Gardening. If anything, it becomes virtually free after a few harvests because you can take the seeds out of the vegetables you just picked and replant them. Plus, you already have free compost from the remaining plant matter, peels, etc. you picked. If you play your cards right while there's an initial investment, it'll pay for itself in the end. Lol, nope. You get addicted to buying new plants. Edit. Wow, thanks for the silver and other awards.